Hi everyone, and welcome to Office Hours. And for those of you that are joining us for the very first time, this is our weekly live show where we talk you through all of the latest and greatest updates within New Zenler. We show you our education slot where we'll talk about the training that we provide to you as Zenler users that you can use for your Zenler schools. And we'll answer your questions live. So welcome if it's your very first time here, and if you are a repeat visitor to Office Hours, it's always good to see you. So as always, I have with me today David and Rakesh. So hi guys.
Hiya.
Rakesh, can you hear us? Hey, yeah, we're there. Cool. So if you're new to the group, then you will find this is a really supportive and good community. There is an announcement tab at the top of the group, and you'll find lots of useful links there to help you navigate around. If you're watching us live or on the replay, please to put hashtag replaying and let us know where you're watching from. We have a global audience, and it's really interesting for us to always see what time people are tuning in and where they're tuning in from. So our format is our standard format. So we've got a big announcement coming later on in the show today. So if you're just tuning in, you'll want to hang around for that, because it's what you've been waiting for, and it's what we promised you we would announce as soon as we could confirm it. And today is the day to do that. So hang around for that, and I'll tell you what that is very shortly. But for the very first slot, we're going to head over. We always do our changelog. Now, our changelog is a document that's in the announcement tab. You can search for it, bit.ly .nz changelog, I believe it is. Rakesh will probably put the link in the chat anyway.
That's right, yeah.
And this is where we go through all of the changes, some of them technical, some of them announcement based, as in new features. So today we're going to really focus on the big one you've all been waiting for. Now, I've championed this for 3 or 4 months, and last week it came to fruition. So David, if you could share your screen and walk us through blogs, please, for this week's changelog.
Right, yeah. Hi, guys. Right, so we've got this massive update, which is blog. So now you can set up and run beautiful blogs right inside your new Zenler, allowing you to run an entire site on new Zenler. Now, I've done a few workshops on this, which I'll be talking about in the education slot. So I'm just going to run through these slides quickly, show you how easy it is to set up a blog. So the first thing you can see, we've got our main blog page where all your blog posts appear on there. So that gets automatically generated, and you can also actually edit this main blog page itself. You can set up categories as well as that. And inside this, you can search through the categories, and you can also search through the search there. You can also link straight to categories via the menu, which I show in my video, which I'll be talking about later. So that's the main page. We move on to create the actual post itself. So you're going to go into blogs, and you're going to hit create a new post, and you can fill out your title, all the content in there. You can put video in there. You can put commenting in there, and shares and things like that, and post them. And also we've got SEO with it all as well. So create, compose. So there we go. We've got our nice image there, blog post image, post a title, description, and then content in there. And then we can move on. So you can see we can also set up who the author is. We can choose categories in here for it to pop up into. And then we hit the update button and move on. So the last stage of it is just to set up the SEO and any code that you want. So you can put code in here for comments, blocks, things like that, like Facebook comments. You can set up all your SEO in here with your SEO image, and then you can just hit the publish button, and straight away it'll appear on that first page. So after you have submitted and made that live, you just need to go into the site map settings, which is under site settings, and then you go to site map, and you just recreate your site map. So then it will just generate that new page that you've got into your XML file, which is your sitemap file, and that's it. Then we're done. So that's blogs. I'm going to talk about later a few videos that I've got up on the YouTube channel, but that's it. So we've now incorporated this major release, which is blogs. Over to you.
Brilliant. Thanks, David. And I just want to go on a little bit more about blogs, because those of you that know me quite well will know that blogging is one of our main things. We've been doing this for business since 2006. So we've got quite a lot of knowledge on this. And we talk often with New Zenler about how we can promote our courses, because ultimately we're a learning management system first. But we've now got all of these excellent ways of promoting our sites and our courses through this platform as well. Now, you'll see that there is a, David, I don't know if you could share your screen again. There is also a counter that is on each blog post. So it will show you how many people have viewed your blog. Now, these are public. They're publicly available. So they will at some point get indexed into Google. They will also be found by people that are not signed up on your site. So from a promotional point of view, they're really, really useful. However, you do need to remember the basics of business blogging. And that is understanding what you're writing for, who you're writing to, and on-page SEO, which is slightly different to the section that we've got within the blog post itself. So start to think about that and how you're going to incorporate that into promotion of your New Zenler site, because it's a really, really powerful and useful way of using this feature. So if you're a pro user, you've got this feature. If you're a free user, you will not have this feature. It's a really powerful way. It means you can ditch your Weebly sites, your WordPress sites, and all of that, and incorporate your blogs. David did a fantastic tutorial on adding opt-in forms into blog posts as well this week. It's up on the YouTube channel. So look at that. So you write your blog post, you get a call to action. That might be come and join my lead funnel in New Zenler, of course, and take you through a series to buy a course, or it could be directly to here, have my free course, or here, buy my course. However you want to operate it, or even use the webinar feature. But it's really, really powerful. And I think at some point in the near future, I might do a starting out business blogging course as one of our masterclasses for you all, because there are basics that you need to understand. And you're at a really great point in time where you're starting from a clean sheet. So start from a clean sheet the best way, and it will only ever grow and benefit you. So I think explore it, have fun with it, but also just be a little bit mindful as to what strategy you're going to use for that part of things. Okay, so that's my bit on blogging, but we'll talk about more of that later. So we've got a couple of people come in. So good morning to Daisy from Belgium. Really good to see you here, and always a pleasure to see you. And saying she had a message to set up a PayPal account to receive her partner payment. I put in the link, but the payment is not yet showing in PayPal. How do I do that? And I would suggest that you reach out to support for that, and just check that they've got everything that they need. It's a reasonably straightforward payment. Payments are delayed, Rakesh,
I think you would need to wait for like 30 to 60 days, depending on. So we normally have like a 30-day money back period. So if the payments has not happened within the 30 days, it will be carried over to next month. So you might need to wait from 30 to 60 days. So it's not instant. So you need to wait. You would need to wait until the payout happens.
Yeah. So if you're unsure whether it's set up correct, and just ping Zenler support an email and just ask them to check. I'm pretty sure you'll have done it. But yeah, there is because of the 30-day money back guarantee, obviously, as a company, we're not going to issue out commissions and then ask for them back if somebody decides that they want their money back. Yes. So Tracy, hi guys from South Australia. Love this time slot. It's 8:30 p.m. there. So good evening, Tracy. Good to see you here as always. Now here at New Zenler, remember we do have resources for you. This is resources. They're official resources that are created by the team here to help you get the best from your New Zenler account. So the first place you can look for these are over on the New Zenler site. So tutorial.newzenler.com. It's an area that is for free for you to use. We've got David's big course on there. We've got a number of other resources, the quick start guides on there. If you're new to creating courses, that's a really nice one to start out with. Go and have a look if you've not yet seen that. We've also got the YouTube channel, which is growing at a rate of knots. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers. So I'm expecting this week, with all of you completely engaged with us and wanting to support New Zenler, you're going to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button this week so we hit over the 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So we'll put the link in the chat for that as well. There are different things on the YouTube channel to the tutorial site. So we have the office hour replays on there. We have the pro user interviews on there. We have all of the videos for the Ask Zenlers go on there first. So there's a bit of a delay between the two. So if you're looking for something specific, go and check that out first. And it's always good to get people over there looking, commenting and supporting what's happening over there. So they're the two main resources, and of course they're all free for you to use. They're with our compliments, in the hope that we can support you in the very best way to get the most out of your new Zenler account. So remember that you can add your questions in live whilst we're live. So please do feel free to do that. If you've got any burning questions about anything to do with new Zenler, then you can do that, and we'll do our very best to answer them here and now. And if we can't answer them here and now, we will always come back to you or point you in the direction to get the answer that you need. David, should we head on to the education slot now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so I'm going to hand over to David. David is the primary on a lot of the education stuff on the YouTube and the tutorial site. So we tend to head over there and just let you know what we've done that's new over there.
Right, cheers, Kevin. Okay, so let's start. There's quite a few things gone on this week. So if you haven't been over to it, go to tutorials.newzenler.com and you're going to find our office hours. We always keep these updated so you know exactly when we're on, so you can ask all your questions. Make sure also that you join the masterclass bundle, okay? And because that's got everything in it. That's got all of our courses in here. We've got the quick start, complete guide to Zenler, ethically copy at site. We've got hardware and software setups, advanced ninja tricks, and any live workshops that we do. So the complete guide, there's been a few extra areas put in there. So you're going to see new things pop up. And some of those I put across onto the Ask Zenler, onto our YouTube channel. So they're in there as well, but the complete guide to Zenler has it all marked out, so everything's split up into little manageable modules, and it's easy to find using the quick search as well in there. So definitely make sure you join this one course and you get access to these 6 courses, possibly more later. So back to tutorials.newzenler.com. What you're going to find down here is, if you remember last week and the week before, we were giving you kind of sneak previews at our feature list and our competitor matrix. So at tutorials.newzenler.com, you can find and view the PDF for the feature list and the competitor matrix. So make sure you check out those 2 things. Now, we also want to enable our partners more. So what we've done is we've created a link up here, PR Media, that goes to a Google Drive where you can download assets such as the matrices, such as logos and things, so that you can use it to actually sell the Zenler platform, market it yourselves. So I'll also be producing a video straight after office hours, telling the partners about more information about that and how they can get in touch with me if they need to. Okay, so with that covered, let's jump over to the YouTube channel because quite a lot's gone on over here as well. So we got this big new feature, which is blogs, which gives you a kind of overview of these things. We have also got in the Ask Zenler a blog workshop. Now, this blog workshop is fairly long, but it goes in depth about everything, a nice slow pace. And these videos that are in the blog workshop are basically from a complete guide to Zenler. They're just put all together, so into one big video. We also had a question about adding a form to a blog post page. It doesn't matter that it's a blog post page. You can actually use the same technique to add it to course pages or to pages in general in the site. And the question was asked, how can we add a form and then have them link it into a funnel? So I cover that in there with a few little extras, because I also tell you about that if you didn't want to use any of the funnel steps, you could actually bypass the funnel steps together and just use the power of automation to fire emails off. So you could use it in that way as well. So I show you a little bit of a twist on the normal thinking behind funnels. So it gives you maximum flexibility. All right, guys, so let's move on down here to a new area. And this is Zenler FBH, Facebook Help. And I have been producing videos out. If anyone asks questions inside of the Office Hours Live and we don't get to answer it, or we haven't answered it fully enough, I will put them in here. And I've answered a few other questions as well. So we've already got 6 videos in here on questions that have been asked. And you might say, right, well, why didn't you put this in Ask Zenler? Well, Ask Zenler are complete workshops. These are purely answering people's questions. So there's snippets of information getting you the answer as quick as possible. So we set up this new hashtag on here. So definitely check these out. I've got help with images, font styles. This is related to blog, by the way. Having a time of a video showing in a lesson. That was something that was asked. How to manage and filter unsubscribers. Information about affiliates and payouts. Info on special beta pricing, and users wanted not to show all courses in a bundle. So I should show that. That was from last week's Office Hours, by the way. So a lot's gone on. Definitely check it out. And as Kevin mentioned, just subscribe, hit that bell icon. We've got 917 subscribers, and I know we've got tons of people on our group. So definitely sign up. These videos down here that you're seeing, these do not appear on the Facebook group. They only appear in the YouTube channel, and that's the only place they're going to appear. Okay, over to you, Kevin.
Brilliant. Thanks, David. So back to the comments that are coming in. So hi to Sabrina from Ireland. Good to see you here this morning. Thank you for coming along to Office Hours Live. Asa, hi from Portugal. And saying thank you. Daisy Deb says you've got a nice view, Rakesh.
Yeah, I do. But shame over the internet. Just still trying to get broadband sorted.
Yeah, it's challenging for the internet, the broadband companies at the moment, because of course lots of people working from home. It's really drawing their resources. But yeah, I'm glad that you're here with us today.
I think so. I think all the internet installation company. Cool. Yeah, I'll try to help, but yeah, I might get cut off, but yeah, I'll try.
Cool. Okay, so Asa is saying, I'm looking for a good practice for how to incorporate my WordPress site with New Zenler. Any advice?
I think, shall I answer that?
Yeah, if you want to answer that.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've got the blog feature now. So many of you asked, can you just have Zenler as a site? And now we've got blogs. You could, if you want to integrate it. What I tend to do is I just have my WordPress site, all the pages, and then I just have buttons or banners linking straight through to the courses. So straight to the courses or straight to the course page, and kind of break it up that way. But there's 1,001 ways to do this. You can just link it with it. So like I've got my main domain, but then I've got a subdomain for my Zenler site. So that's how I link between the two, but keep it consistent. So it's the same domain name, just one's a subdomain and one's a domain, and that's it. But now with the new blog feature, you could actually do it all on Zenler.
Yeah. And I think the thing to remember, and this is the basics of navigating people around the internet, and we learn this when we do Facebook ads or anything else that we do. If we take them from a place to another place, so your website to your new Zenler site, you've got to make sure that visually they recognize that they're in the right place. So you do that through brand consistency. So try and have some of a similar image where you're sending them to that page. Certainly the same colorings that you've got on your main WordPress site to your other site. That's really important, because they will look and they will see that it's gone to a different URL. And if they don't instantly recognize they're in the right place, they'll leave before they've even looked. This is a proven thing in digital marketing, that's what happens. So it's really important. If you're moving them from one site to another, make sure it's instantly recognizable. They're actually still with you. That will always help you. But as David says, links, all the usual stuff, put it in a menu, buttons, that type of thing, all works really well. Okay, so Anne's saying,
yeah, I think with the blogs, I think.
Go on, Rakesh.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something, Kevin. Yeah, so I was just telling that with the blogs was the final missing puzzle that actually prevented people from running their entire website on Zenler. So now that we have blogs in place, if you want, you can really kill your current WordPress site and move entire thing over to Zenler. So you get everything in one seamless site, rather than having one site for courses, one site for blogs, and so on and so forth. So
yeah. And if you are going to remove your WordPress site and put it all into New Zenler, then look at how redirects work. So you don't lose the SEO of anything that you've built up on your current site. So you can redirect links back into New Zenler. So that might be something just to start to explore. I'm not going to go into depth at it because it's a little bit advanced.
Yeah, Kevin, I think I'm going to do a video on that, because I might take all my stuff straight across to Zenler, and I need to do that. Yeah. I need to set up all those links and things. So while I'm doing it, I might as well do a video. Yeah,
for sure. Of course, if you are new to us here at New Zenler and you're sitting here thinking, wow, there is so much going on here. This is an all-in-one platform now for your online marketing and your learning management system. So to deliver courses or digital assets that you may have. But of course, you don't have to use everything all at once. So if you're starting to feel a little bit anxious, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with it all, we did create the quick start guide to help you. Think of it as building the foundation of what you want to do first. So don't go hell for leather with, oh, every feature's there, I've got to use every feature, because it will drive you mad. Start at the beginning, look at the reasons that you've come in initially, and you can always build upon that over time as you learn a different aspects of what New Zenler can offer you. So take it steadily, and you'll find that you actually enjoy. The feedback I've had the last 2 weeks of people I've introduced to it is they've really enjoyed the fact that you haven't got to be a web developer to use this platform. The technical side of it is not difficult. You can make it difficult if you want to get involved in coding and stuff, which we don't support as a company. But actually, the usability of it is really simple. And if you go in with it quite focused as to what you want to achieve, build your basics, and then look at adding extra bits into that. And then you'll actually start to really enjoy using this platform. Okay, so let's head back into the chat. So Anne, great about blogs. Is there any update on a calendar integration, Rakesh? So Calendly, Acuity, that type of thing.
Yeah, so you could technically you could add a custom element. So you could add a static block, and then you can add a custom HTML element, and you can add Acuity scheduling, or you can add Calendly. You can do all of that. I think David, we are supposed to do. I think you already done a video on adding a form to a blog, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that as well. I can do the Calendly one.
So this is something similar, right? So
yeah, I mean, a lot of these things, I mean, these are outside integrations that, you need to take that code and you can easily put that inside of the Zenler platform wherever you like. So there's so many different ones. It's hard to do training on every single one, but a calendar's been asked for quite a lot, so I think I should do that.
Right,
yeah. Well, I think part of the question is
go
ahead.
Go on. It's fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, part of the question that comes up regularly is that they want a calendar to be able to put one-to-one sessions in a Zoom room within New Zenler, that type of booking system. So I think that's probably on the development list, but it's not quite ready right now, it's fair to say. But
you've done an integration, haven't you, Kevin?
Yes, I think
Yeah, I basically just embedded my my calendar into my course access page. So I sold a course if I wanted to offer them X amount of time, one-to-one or within a group. I did that, and of course I have an external Zoom that linked through to. So it didn't integrate directly in New Zenler. So it took it outside slightly, but it sort of works. Well, it does work, but I think the development of this is to keep it all within New Zenler. So you wouldn't need an external Zoom account. You'd use the account that's in what you have. But right now that's just not available. But it's on the plan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we are going to work on that later, but this is probably going to be only after the launch.
Yeah.
We will have some kind of a native calendar where you can do one-to-one bookings, one-to-many bookings, and so on.
Yeah, that would be good. Sabrina says, I discovered the PR media this morning. They're excellent. Thank you for that. So that's going down really well. Tracy has a question about video marketing funnels. Tried to embed a video in this yesterday whilst setting up the funnel and kept throwing an error. Finally, I chose an existing video in my library, and then when editing the second page, I could then embed a video. Is this a glitch?
I've not had any problems with it, but I'll check that out. And if it is, then we need to contact support and see if there's a problem. I've not had any problems.
It should work, but I think they may be. Yeah, I think it should work, but I think there may be some. It probably depends on what code Tracy is trying to stick in there or something. So probably we need to check that.
Yeah, we covered this a little bit over last week's office hours, and we've touched on it a few times before about people having trouble uploading assets, loading videos directly into courses and things like that. And a few of the members said, look, if you upload them into the media file first, they often load quicker. Remember, we use Vimeo for our hosting. So if we've got 10,000 of you all uploading in that minute, it will go into a queue. And that then becomes something that's processed by Vimeo. So we can't guarantee how quick or not that's going to load. That's just sometimes you're just going to have to wait for it. If it starts, you're on that black screen and it's like it's not available yet, which means it's uploading, then just give it some time. I've waited up to 2 hours before and it's come through brilliantly. I've put it directly in the media file before. I did this last week. We uploaded a massive course last week and it went in instantly. I couldn't edit the thumbnail for about 15 minutes, but it gives you the chance to do other things, go off, get up, have a cup of tea, walk around for a little bit, come back to it. But generally speaking, it's something that we don't have massive control over, I suppose, is where I'm going with this. So patience is your friend here. Don't expect it to go in instantly all of the time. If it doesn't, that's fine. If it's an error, try a different way of uploading it. So maybe upload it directly into the media section first and then try and link into it and do it that way. So it's already in there. That might be a way of working around on that.
Yeah, and also you might want to put it on Dropbox or Google Drive. That can work as well. But I also point out that this is not just for Zenler. This happens with all course platforms. When you upload and there's heavy load, you're going to be delayed.
Yeah, absolutely right. And it doesn't matter if they use Vimeo
issues with the.
Go on, Rakesh.
Yeah, I think so. I think it depends on your network too. So I would say if you are not able to upload directly from your laptop or desktop, try it from your Google Drive or Dropbox or so on, so that it goes directly from there. So having said that, I think there is a couple of users. I think it's not couple. It's a few users who have raised issues about uploads. So we are investigating that with the file upload provider. So currently, as of now, so earlier we had issues where you could not upload. You could upload through media library, but you're not able to upload from do direct uploads. But now actually we have combined these two methods, so it should not be any problem. But I think recently we had some issues, so we are still investigating some of these issues.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Kevin.
To put it into perspective, last night I was trying to stream Amazon Prime and that wouldn't even play for me. It wasn't my issue, it's Amazon Prime's issue, because I could go on to another streaming channel and watch that. So at the moment, the whole online world is slightly strained and everyone's doing their best to cope. I think is probably where I'm going to leave this one for you right now. But just as a side note, just check your own environment. So make sure you haven't got an update running or you're syncing with Dropbox or other things going on in the background that may be slowing that process down for you, because that could be a factor. But, you know, just bear that in mind. Okay, Dean. Dean thinks we're all legends. So, Dean, thank you very much, and great to see you here on Office Hours Live. Yes, we are UK based too. So, Dean says, I have a website but no content, has its own domain. Do you recommend I get a similar domain specifically for New Zenler? Anybody want to grab that one?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's really up to you, Dean, with that one, because if you have your own domain and you want to keep your own domain and use another site like WordPress for that site, you can set up a subdomain. So, you know, subdomain.yourdomain.com. Or if you want to, you can get a new domain for Zenler. It's really entirely up to you how you see your business running, whether you want it all under the same roof or whether you want to split it out into different areas. It's really a personal thing. I can't give a definitive answer on that, because you've got all the options available in Zenler, but it's up to you what you want to do with them.
Yeah. So,
yeah, but generally, I think people tend to use like a subdomain like courses.yoursite.com.
Yeah, that's the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe we'll see a change in that trend. Now that we've got blogs, people are not going to have a main domain elsewhere. Yeah. They're going to have their main domain as their Zenler school. So I think there'll be a change in that. Now, remember, if you're a pro user, you do get 3 sites. So you could have your main domain and then subdomains hanging off of that, if you wish. So there's lots of flexibility in what you can do with us. Okay, Vanessa. Hi, everyone. Any plans to make the curriculum course player interface nicer? Like Kajabi with thumbnails, extra space on the side to add promotions, external links, or are you going to keep the curriculum template for the courses as the only option?
That's for Rakesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think no, we are definitely going to provide more styles later on, but at the moment there's no immediate plans. But probably after the launch, we will add more styles where you can choose from. So yeah, so at the moment no immediate plans, but we'll definitely look at adding more styles later on.
Cool. Anne says both of her sites are fully on Zenler now, so that's really good to hear. Fully committed to us there, Anne. That's brilliant. Tracy's saying, I'm in my 2nd year of New Zenler now, but only launched last September. Got the basics down and now loving pushing the features to be more. So that's really good, Tracy. And saying, just wondered if calendar would be part of New Zenler itself. I think we've covered that. Rakesh said that they're looking at some point to create their own version of a calendar inside Zenler, but it won't be anytime soon. Sabrina says, when is Zenler launch? I'll come on to that in a minute, because that will be part of this big announcement we're going to make today. Aisha says, thank you. I think that I will slowly move everything into New Zenler as I gather a bigger crowd of members. Need to think twice about what and how to use URLs. That sounds like a smart idea, Aisha. Tracy saying, I wasn't uploading. I wanted to embed. The same embed code on the funnel creation page didn't work, but it did work when editing the pages after the funnel was created. Tracy, that's a support ticket, I'm afraid. It might be something in your code. It might be something in that particular page, but that's a support@zenler.com email, please, and they'll take a deeper look at that. Okay, right, we're headed on past the half an hour now, so we're rolling in. So it's time to get on to our announcement. And I did promise you over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about Zenler and how it's progressing this year. We've added huge amounts of new features. Even going back into the end of last year, we've just been one after the other with assignments coming out, the changes to the live areas and the pages and the way you can create those, into where we are now with blogs and the email stuff as well. It's been the 3 months full of huge releases that are all working reasonably well. And of course, that adds value to you. So as pro users, this is all of the features that you're going to get access to. Now, I mentioned 2 weeks ago, I made my first announcement saying that there's going to be a price increase on Zenler, and I promised you faithfully that I would tell you how much that was going to be and what the deadline for that date is. So if you are a partner of New Zenler and you have people that have signed up onto the free version, or indeed you are on the free version and you're sitting there thinking, you know, I want to use it, but I'm not quite sure, or I'm waiting, or, you know, and you need that bit of a push, then now's the time to really dig deep and think about, one, is it going to be in your future to use courses within your business? Number two, do you want to create this initially as a marketing site? Because we can now do that with blogs and the SEO aspects we have in Zenler, and then add courses in or digital assets as you go along. But now is where you can start to think about your commitment to this financially as well. We can also start to talk to, as partners, the people that sign up with us, because there is a commission process in place for our partners. Now, the price is going up at the moment for the Pro account, where you get access to all of the features. You get 3 sites included, and there's lots of emails you can send and all of that. David's got the sheets on the PR assets on the site. And at the moment, that's $447 per year. Now, our members that buy in at that price will always be locked in at that price. Now, let me make that really clear, and I'll say that again, just so it's really clear. If you buy or have bought at $447 per year and you have continual membership with New Zenler, so every year it gets renewed, you will be locked in at that price for as long as you continue to pay that price. And that carries on going forward. So if you buy today at $447, it will lock in at that price. The price increase is going up on the 20th of February. So in a couple of weeks, it's about 12 days. So on the 20th of February, and after this live, you'll see a live countdown timer go into your accounts. That's when the price will go up, and it's going up by $200 per year. So quite a substantial increase from where we are right now, but it's still a way away from where a lot of the other course sites are placing themselves. That increase will get you all of the Pro features in New Zenler. So David, if you want to share that screen again for me with the slides, that would be awesome. I can't see if you shared it.
Sorry, let me just share it.
Now, I'm not here to say do it or don't do it. Everybody's business and everybody's motivation is different for what they want to get out of their Zenler area. But what I will say is all of the new features coming out are for Pro users only. Of course, if you are on a free account, you will get everything that we promise you within a free account at the standards that we currently set, which are very high. Now, you will see here, this is the comparison chart against what New Zenler is currently offering against Thinkific, Teachable and Kajabi. So you can see there's quite a lot of our green ticks are there. There's one thing, we don't have an app right now, but that is being looked at and discussed by the development team and the leadership. But apart from that, we're pretty much doing quite good on this for an all-in-one platform. Now, you will sit there and think to yourself whether this is in your future, whether you want to create and sell digital assets or not. And that is an absolute personal choice. Anyone that's been on the Launch Your First Course with me challenge will understand how to go through that process. You have until the 20th of February to decide. You have until the 20th of February for you to contact your partners, as a partner, to contact the people that have signed up through your partner link and just inform them, look, there is no pressure on this because there really isn't. It's a matter of fact, that's the date the price is going up. And I want it to be really, really clear and specific about that there will be a countdown in your accounts if you're on a free account that will count down that time so you don't miss it. I've mentioned it now. I've mentioned it for the last 2 office hours, and I will mention it for next office hours as well. And I will also personally do a live on the day that deal ends. So anybody that is connected with us in any way, either email, has a free account, or is in the Facebook group, you will, unless you're living in an igloo in England right now because there's lots of snow, you will see that this price is going up on the 20th of February. Okay. So please do bear that in mind and share that with the people you need to share it with. I don't really have anything else right now to say on that. I think that covers it. It's clear, concise. If you've got any questions on it, please do put that into the chat or message any of us. You can do that, or even call into support and they will be able to help you with that. So Sabrina, that answers your when is the launch. Have we got any more questions? Tracy's going to send a ticket into support, which is brilliant. Sabrina's also asking, do you plan to enhance the funnel features? It's pretty limited for now. Sabrina, the way this works is to release a new feature like the funnels or the blogs or anything like that. There's a huge amount that goes into that. And like the courses and the way that I say to you all to build your foundations, we build the foundation of these. And then as time goes on, as people use it, we test it more and we look for the functionality we're looking for. We put those suggestions forward. And some of them get taken up, some of them get shelved for a while. But there's always that development going on. I've got a new area to champion right now. Now my blog world is complete, that we have that. So I'm going to be championing the community section of Zenler. There's been a lot of talk about this lately. It is quite a basic function right now, but I'm going to be championing to get that improved for us, because that's another part of the puzzle that means they're all in your area online. We've seen Facebook changing their algorithm later this year. There's lots of changes happening on there that are completely out of our control. If we can keep everything in our school, in our new Zenler accounts, then we're in a really strong position to really engage with our members for the reason that they're involved with us. So I'm going to be championing those, Rakesh, just so you know. Every week I'll be talking about community upgrades, and we'll see where that goes.
You get something else to champion now. Excellent.
I've got something else to champion, so that will be my weekly thing that we talk about. Okay, so let me just go back through the comments. So Asa says, by the way, can I add mail receivers to New Zenler without them having signed up as members? I'll grab that one if you like, guys. Remember that with under GDPR rules and regulations in the UK and can spam things in the US, there is best practice with this. If people are a client, then you can add them into lists. If they're paying clients, then that's absolutely fine. If they're signed up elsewhere, if you can prove that they've signed up and you're just moving them system to system, then that's absolutely fine. They're expecting that email correspondence. If you're just mining data from elsewhere and adding them into some form of lead funnel, then you can't do that. I think that's probably the easiest way to explain. Okay, so if you've got a list elsewhere and you're moving them into Zenler and you just want to add them up into a CSV file because you're moving system to system, they've already signed up, then you're good to go. Okay, Rob is saying, so Rob, good to see you here. Thank you so much. Student has 100% completion of course, but no certificate. How do I, as an instructor, issue a certificate to somebody?
So I've done a video in the Ask Zenler page. Let me just share my screen quickly for you guys, and then you're going to see. There we go. Okay. So inside your course, you have the ability to actually enable certificate for the course. Okay. So we have some default templates that we've set up already, but you can actually customize them. So if you come across to Ask Zenler, that's tutorials.newzenler.com/Ask Zenler. You're going to see that there's a video in there editing certificates in Zenler. So that gives you all the information that you should need to create the certificates. Now, certificates are created in what's called SVG format. And I would, if I was you, if you're not used to doing this sort of thing, just do some minor edits. Don't do major edits. Stay with the custom default theme. But that's how you can enable certificates inside courses. That's it.
Is there a way to retrospectively issue a course certificate, David? So I think what Rob's saying is he didn't do that, but he wants to now issue one. Is there a manual way of doing that?
Rakesh, I think if you turn it on, then it will be available in their
dashboard.
I think
you can do that. So yeah.
Sorry, guys, can we just go through that again?
So basically, if you go. Yeah, I think if you go through your access page, if you go to your access, on a student's access page, the course access page, there's a button to download the certificate. So the student can download it themselves. So you don't need to provide it to them. They can download it themselves. There's no way to send a certificate, but they can go to the student Access dashboard for the course and download it.
Right, cool. Hopefully, Rob, that answers your question. If you're still stuck on that, then do tag us in the group and we may do a quick run through on how to do that and add that onto the course certificate after Zenler. And saying, just checking if we are on Pro now and at some time in the future want to upgrade to Premium, do we get it at today's price? I think it locks in for the upgrade and downgrade as well, doesn't it, Rakesh?
That's right, yeah. So yes, it locks in on the same level, the level that you get in. If you get in on one level, you can upload, you can upgrade and downgrade at the same level. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yes,
yeah, that's actually covered in the. Oh, I'm jumping around a lot today. That's actually covered on our YouTube channel here. You can see the info on special beta pricing, so it's all in there if you need the information on that.
Cool. So Ace is saying, thank you. Just wanted to know if it's possible to move my existing list. Of course, yes, it is. Rob saying, guys, this is not a new certificate course. Been up for years. The thing is there is a bug. Rob, what I would suggest to you is if none of that works for you, then to do a Loom video and to email that into support and get them to have a look if you believe there's a bug in there somewhere, because that would be the easiest way to get the answer that you're looking for. And that brings me on to support questions. Now, whenever we have a new update, there's often things that sometimes through people not quite knowing how it all works, but other things as well, that sometimes things go wrong. If you're in a position where you find that something isn't working for you, like the video not uploading in the webinar funnel, and things like Rob's got here with, you know, he can't issue the certificate and you can't find an answer to it, then the easiest and fastest and best way for all of us to get the answer you're looking for is to email into support. So support@zenler.com. And within a couple of minutes, you'll get an email back saying, we've created a ticket for you, the team are on it. Now, this is really important for a number of reasons. Firstly, the support team do not monitor the Facebook group. So if you put it in there, the chances are they're never going to see it, and you will grow increasingly frustrated as to not getting the answer you're looking for. The second thing is, when you're specific and you're emailing that in, it creates the ticket and the ticket is tracked. So we know that all tickets get answered. They get answered in the way that they come in. It also allows us to see if there's a continual issue going on. So is it, when it comes in, is it user error or is there an actual bug in somebody's account? Is that bug in more than one person's account? And that's how we end up by doing it. So it's really, really helpful all round. If you get a technical issue, something not working properly, you've tried it a couple of different ways, you've maybe gone into the tutorial site, looked for the tutorial, gone through it, it's not worked, then email into support. If you can recreate it using a Loom video or a video screen capture software to show the development team, that will speed up the process of them solving it. Because if they can't replicate or find that issue, then that will take longer for them to solve. So that's always the fastest and the most efficient way of getting the support that you're looking for. So please remember that when you're thinking you need some help. The team are incredibly responsive and incredibly knowledgeable, and they will get back to you as fast as they possibly can. So I just wanted for everybody to be really clear on that. You may be new to us here right now. It could be your first week here at New Zenler. We are every week adding in new members. We're getting new people coming into the Facebook group. So it's a reminder for everyone, that's the support route. The assets that we have available for you that we create to support you in being successful with your Zenler sites are all available free of charge. They're the official trainings that David's talked about. We have the documents in the Facebook group. So please do take full advantage of all of those that are available to you, so you feel really capable of launching, running and building your Zenler schools. So for now, I don't think we've got any more questions, so I think it's time to wrap up. It's been another long one again, guys, so thank you all so much for coming along, putting your questions in, and as always supporting us here at Zenler. It's really, really noticed and appreciated that you turn up on our office hours live and we get to speak to you and find out where you wonderful people are from. So guys, Rakesh, do you have anything else for this week?
No, I think he's all right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Yeah, so I couldn't input much because my internet is a bit flaky today.
No,
yeah.
it's great to have you here, though. Watching that snow falling
Well, I think
is.
that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that we are trying. Yeah, we are trying to wrap up everything that we have right now. We are so we are going to go down slow on adding big features. Now we are trying to wrap up everything that we have, fine tune all the little annoyances that you have, and then we can slowly get out of beta. That's the plan.
Cool. David, anything else for this week?
No, I'm going to carry on with all the tutorials, and obviously if more questions come in, I will be answering them from the office hours, which is what I want to keep doing. I will be releasing a partner video pretty soon, so any partners, probably nobody in here is a partner, but I'll be putting that up for partners in the next few hours.
Yeah, Annie's, because she mentioned earlier she's a partner.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah, great. So
yeah, look out for that from David. Look on the site and you'll find those couple of slides. So you may want to issue those out to people that you know have signed up. You can find out who signed up on if you go to your partner dashboard. And you can see a list of people there. If you don't know all of them personally, I know some of you are quite big partners, so you may not know all of them individually, but you can certainly look at how you can use what we've provided for you to encourage people to take that next step if it's right for them. So all that's left for me to say is remember the 20th of February, that's going to be the price increase. You'll see the timer coming down on your accounts, and there'll be a couple more notifications before it's actually implemented. You are locked in at the price that you buy. So if you buy today, you get locked in forever, providing you have continual membership with your new Zenler account. Last thing, every week we run office hours and we change the times. So we rotate the times to capture people around the world. So today we are 10 a.m. UK time. Next week will be 9 p.m. UK time. So look out for the event that gets put into the Facebook group. We don't promote it anywhere else. We've been doing the Mondays now for nearly 5 months. So you should all be used to us turning up every Monday. But next week it's 9 p.m. But all I have to say for now is enjoy your blogging. I look forward to see. Oh, that's the last thing I wanted to say. There's going to be a new thread each week for you to share your blog posts. So do get involved in that. And if you see one of value, share it with your audience if you see it's useful for people. Comment on it as well if you find it interesting, because this is the power of blogging when we get involved. So do look out for that thread that runs every week. I had the privilege of being the very first one on last week's thread because I was ready and geared to go. It could be no other way, but it's really, really good. So enjoy doing that this week and exploring it. And from me and the team here, we will see you in the group, or we will see you next week at 9 p.m. UK time with the next office hours. Thanks, everyone. And see you soon.
See you guys.